Somewhere in the barren expanse of northern Utah lies a patch of land that defies everything we think we know about science, physics, and even reality itself. Skinwalker Ranch has been called many things over the decades: haunted ground, a UFO hotspot, a cursed landscape, but perhaps none of those labels capture what is truly happening there. It may, as many scientists and locals now suspect, be a convergence point, an interdimensional gateway, a testing ground for non-human technology, or even a fracture in space-time itself. And the deeper one digs into the evidence, the more it seems that the answers may lie far beyond Earth. When astrophysicist Dr. Travis Taylor first joined the ranch's research team, he carried with him decades of experience, working with NASA, the U.S. Army, and the Department of Defense. Yet nothing in his career had prepared him for what he would encounter here. Taylor was secretly serving as the chief scientist for the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force, UAPTF, the government's official body for investigating UFOs. His involvement, revealed only later, would shock his colleagues and validate suspicions that what they were dealing with was far larger than any local anomaly. This was quite possibly one of the most active points of contact with non-human intelligence on Earth. The first sign that something extraordinary was unfolding came in the form of a mysterious 1.6 gigahertz signal, an unusual radio frequency detected repeatedly across the property. It was unlike typical human communications and did not match any known terrestrial source. Taylor was so concerned that he briefed Pentagon officials, suspecting either foreign involvement or something far stranger. The answer he received was both reassuring and unsettling. It was not the U.S. nor any known adversary. Whatever was generating that signal was an unknown entity. This invisible voice from the void was only the beginning. During drilling operations into a massive mesa on the ranch, researchers discovered a dome-like object buried hundreds of feet beneath the rock. The drill could not penetrate it, and samples extracted from around the anomaly revealed materials identical to those used by NASA to shield spacecraft from the intense conditions of spaceflight. The implication was staggering. Something with advanced engineering, possibly ancient, possibly non-human, was entombed beneath the Utah desert. If it was a craft, was it still functional? Was it still transmitting? Above the ground, things became even more otherworldly. The team identified a region of sky known as the Triangle, roughly a mile above the ranch, where electromagnetic interference, unexplained forces, and strange aerial phenomena converged. Rockets launched into the area veered off course as if hitting invisible walls. Lasers bent inexplicably. Helicopters encountered turbulence where no wind existed. And most remarkably, unidentified flying objects, UAPs, were repeatedly seen rising into the triangle and disappearing without a trace. The possibility that this area could be a portal, a gateway into another dimension, or a transit point for unknown craft was no longer dismissed as science fiction. It was now a working hypothesis. In one experiment, Taylor's team equipped a helicopter with a LiDAR scanner and flew directly into the anomaly zone. The results were as fascinating as they were unnerving. At just 300 feet above the ground, far below the expected anomaly altitude, the LiDAR detected a structured solid object suspended in midair. Instruments recorded intense electromagnetic interference, and the helicopter was shoved around by an unseen force. When combined with earlier photogrammetry showing a towering column-like anomaly in the same location, the evidence suggested something very real was occupying that space, something not visible to the naked eye. The deeper the team pushed, the stranger the phenomena became. GPS systems malfunctioned wildly, placing aircraft and drones hundreds of feet below ground or inside the mesa itself. These distortions were not random. Data points formed vortex-like shapes, as if space-time were twisting around invisible focal points. Some readings even resembled the theoretical shape of a wormhole, two funnels connected by a narrow throat, a concept long speculated in physics as a bridge between distant points in the universe or even parallel dimensions. This led to one of the most daring experiments in the ranch's history, a synchronized swarm of 200 drones, each equipped with high-precision GPS, programmed to fly in intricate geometric patterns over the Triangle and East field. These drones, designed for light shows and capable of centimeter-level positioning, should have maintained perfect formation, but as they entered the anomaly zone, chaos erupted. Many drones lost contact, entirely veered off course, or landed prematurely. Their batteries drained at abnormal rates, and some even took off on their own before commands were given, as if responding to an external signal. Yet the moment they exited the area, their systems recovered and reformed flawlessly. The implications were staggering. Whatever existed above the ranch wasn't just passive. It was actively interacting with technology, perhaps even manipulating it. Was this interference a byproduct of exotic physics, or was it deliberate? If some intelligence was behind it, it demonstrated capabilities far beyond anything human engineering could achieve: the ability to override navigation systems, drain power remotely, and distort electromagnetic fields at will. The anomalies weren't limited to aerial experiments. Ground-based LiDAR scans revealed huge chunks of data mysteriously displaced miles away, often aligning precisely with the buried dome structure inside the Mesa. The connection between what was happening above and below the ground was becoming impossible to ignore. Could the dome be a source of the electromagnetic anomalies? Could it be powering the portal-like activity above, or was it a kind of anchor, an alien device manipulating the space around it? Eyewitness testimony from the surrounding area further deepened the mystery. Residents near a reservoir called Bottle Hollow reported seeing glowing orbs, craft-like objects, and strange lights that responded intelligently to signals. Indigenous oral histories describe the region as cursed land, haunted by shapeshifters and gateways to other realms. While often dismissed as myth, these stories now seem like ancient attempts to explain phenomena that modern science was only beginning to measure. Then came one of the most compelling encounters yet. During a drone experiment, a brilliant UAP appeared in the sky, hovering silently before shooting straight upward and vanishing into the clouds. Its shape, a double-lobed dumbbell with dark indentations, was nearly identical to a UAP photographed by a U.S. Navy pilot off the Virginia coast in 2019. Dr. Asian, Taylor had personally reviewed that photo during his time with the UAP task force. The implication was extraordinary. The same or similar technology was appearing in multiple locations across the planet, possibly under intelligent control. Attempts to capture the phenomena optically were repeatedly thwarted. High-powered telescopes aimed at the anomaly failed at critical moments, mirroring the failures seen with drones and GPS. When they did manage to record data objects with no navigation lights, too large and too bright to be, conventional aircraft were observed silently traversing the sky and disappearing without warning. One object even appeared almost as large as Jupiter to the naked eye, despite being relatively close. All of this evidence, radio signals, electromagnetic distortions, gravitational anomalies, buried metallic structures, vehicle interference, and consistent UAP sightings, paints a picture that defies conventional science. It suggests that Skinwalker Ranch is not merely a location of strange phenomena, but perhaps a point of intersection where our reality overlaps with something else, another dimension, a higher intelligence, or a field of physics not yet understood. The hypothesis of an interdimensional portal, once dismissed as fringe, now seems increasingly plausible. The fact that instruments consistently detect structured objects in empty air, that GPS data appears beneath the ground, and that massive displacements in LiDAR data point directly to buried anomalies all hint at a distortion of space itself. Theoretical physicists have long speculated that wormholes, if they exist, could exhibit such effects, bending light, warping space, and creating zones where technology behaves unpredictably. If Skinwalker Ranch is such a point, it may explain why so many seemingly unrelated phenomena converge here. Even the idea of non-human intelligence becomes difficult to dismiss. The ability to manipulate aircraft, drain power, spoof satellites, and deflect physical projectiles suggests not just advanced technology, but intent. Whether that intelligence is extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, or even terrestrial, but far ahead of known science, remains unknown. What is clear is that it is not passive. It observes. It responds. It sometimes hides and sometimes reveals itself. The discovery of materials identical to NASA spacecraft coatings deep beneath the Mesa only deepens the enigma. Are we dealing with a relic of an ancient extraterrestrial visitation, a surveillance device from another civilization, or a piece of technology left behind by something that still monitors us from the skies above? The answers remain elusive. But the consistency of evidence suggests we are on the threshold of understanding a phenomenon that transcends human experience. As the investigation continues, the team plans to use ultra-high-speed cameras, ground-penetrating radar, and deeper drilling to probe both the skies and the subterranean mysteries of the ranch. Every new experiment brings more questions, but also more pieces of the puzzle. The deeper they look, the clearer it becomes that Skinwalker Ranch is not merely a curiosity. It may be one of the most significant sites in human history, a nexus of forces that challenge our understanding of reality itself. Perhaps in time we will discover that Skinwalker Ranch is not just a place where UFOs are seen or where strange signals are heard. It might be a doorway, an active interface between our world and something far more advanced, older, and stranger than we have ever imagined. And if that is true, then the ranch is not just an anomaly. It is a message. one that humanity is only beginning to decode.